From humble beginnings in a post-war working-class family to becoming a true theatrical titan, Tim Curry redefined the art of performance. With an estimated net worth of $8 million and a lifetime of prestigious accolades, he stands as an immortal icon of cult cinema and stage. But what unseen struggles haunted his final days, and how did a devastating, tragic decline ultimately claim the life of this legendary star? Born in the aftermath of a global conflict, Tim Curry's earliest days were steeped in the quiet resilience of a working-class environment. Growing up in a post-war society where resources were scarce, his childhood was defined by a stark contrast between the grim realities of the era and the vibrant escapism of the arts. His father, a Methodist naval chaplain, and his mother, a school secretary, provided a household rooted in discipline and unwavering moral principles. Although his family was not wealthy, they possessed a profound appreciation for education and self-expression. His father, in particular, played a monumental role in shaping the young boy's worldview, teaching him the invaluable virtues of perseverance, empathy, and the power of a commanding voice. It was through these early lessons that the seeds of theatrical ambition were subtly planted. Tragedy struck early and left an indelible mark on his spirit. When he was just 12 years old, the devastating loss of his father to pneumonia shattered the family's sense of stability. This profound grief thrust him into a period of deep emotional difficulty. Left to navigate the turbulent waters of adolescence with a gaping void in his life, he found solace in the world of performance. The stage became a sanctuary, a place where he could channel his sorrow into compelling narratives and larger-than-life characters. However, this path was not without its hurdles. During his formative schooling years, he faced the harsh sting of alienation and bullying. As a boy who preferred poetry and the performing arts over traditional athletic pursuits, he often found himself on the fringes of his peer group. He endured taunts and isolation, moments that could have easily broken a more fragile spirit. Instead, these instances of adversity only sharpened his resolve. He learned to use his quick wit and remarkable vocal talents as a shield, transforming his vulnerability into a magnetic stage presence. His mother, bearing the weight of single parenthood, championed his artistic inclinations despite their financial constraints. She scraped together what little they had to ensure he could participate in local choir and theatrical productions. Her unwavering belief in his potential served as an anchor during times of self-doubt. The hardships he endured during these early years, the grief of losing a parent, the sting of being an outsider, and the constant specter of financial instability did not embitter him. Rather, they forged a profound depth of emotional intelligence that he would later bring to his most iconic roles. These formative struggles laid the bedrock for a man who would eventually captivate audiences worldwide, proving that the most brilliant stars often emerge from the darkest skies. Stepping into the professional realm, he embarked on a journey that would forever alter the landscape of character acting. He began his career in the late 1960s, securing his first major role in the original London cast of the groundbreaking musical Hair in 1968. This initial foray into professional theater was a baptism by fire, immersing him in an environment that demanded absolute raw energy and fearless vulnerability. It was here that he forged vital connections and honed his ability to command a stage, captivating audiences with a presence that was simultaneously menacing and deeply charming. The defining milestone of his career, however, materialized when he was cast as the wildly eccentric, scientifically brilliant, extraterrestrial doctor, Frank N. Furter. Originating the role on stage, he catapulted to global stardom when he reprised the character in the 1975 cult classic film The Rocky Horror Picture Show. This performance was nothing short of revolutionary. He fearlessly embraced the avant-garde, delivering a portrayal so fiercely original that it cemented his status as an international sensation. Critics and audiences alike were mesmerized by his magnetic screen presence, a daring mix of theatricality and undeniable charisma. This role did more than just launch him into stardom. It created a cultural watershed moment, generating millions of dollars in continuous midnight screening revenues and cementing a legacy that transcends generations. Following this explosive success, his career trajectory soared, defined by an astonishing versatility as he became Hollywood's absolute go-to maestro for deliciously wicked characters. In 1982, He stole scenes as the scheming Rooster Hannigan in the beloved musical adaptation Annie. Just a few years later, in 1985, he showcased his unparalleled comedic timing as Wadsworth, the frantic and fast-talking butler in the murder mystery comedy Clue. That same year, he endured hours of grueling makeup to transform into the towering, terrifying Lord of Darkness in Ridley Scott's dark fantasy epic, Legend. Each film proved that he could completely dissolve into a character, making the unbelievable feel entirely real. Simultaneously, he conquered the television landscape with a performance that would haunt the nightmares of an entire generation. In 1990, he delivered a chilling, unforgettable portrayal of Pennywise the Dancing Clown in the horror miniseries It. His ability to embody pure, gleeful terror while maintaining an undercurrent of dark theatricality showcased his unparalleled range. He continued to dominate the silver screen throughout the 1990s, famously tormenting a young Kevin McAllister as the snooty, suspicious concierge Mr. Hector in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and bringing a boisterous, swashbuckling energy to the role of Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island. Beyond live-action film, he leveraged his extraordinary, plummy vocal talents to dominate the voice acting and Broadway industries. He brought life to countless animated characters in shows like The Wild Thornberrys, while simultaneously earning 3 highly coveted Tony Award nominations for his brilliant theatrical work in stage productions like Spamalot and Amadeus. Earning millions of dollars throughout his illustrious career, he amassed an impressive array of awards and accolades, reflecting a lifetime of dedication to his craft. He navigated the tumultuous waters of the entertainment industry with grace, continually reinventing himself and refusing to be pigeonholed, securing his place as a true titan of the arts. As his professional life flourished and his legacy grew, the fruits of his labor allowed him to cultivate a private lifestyle that perfectly mirrored his sophisticated tastes. The Hollywood Hills Grand Manor, $6 million, situated high above the bustling city, this magnificent residence serves as the ultimate testament to his success. Stepping through the heavy, ornate double doors, guests are immediately greeted by an expansive foyer that boasts sweeping staircases with intricately wrought iron railings. The interior design emphasizes flowing spaces and natural light, featuring towering floor-to-ceiling windows that perfectly frame the sprawling canyon views below. The central living area is anchored by a massive hand-carved stone fireplace, creating a warm, inviting focal point for the massive room. Rich, textured fabrics drape the tall windows, complementing the polished hardwood floors that run seamlessly throughout the main level. The culinary space is a chef's absolute dream. It features a sprawling central island, topped with exquisite, custom-sourced marble. Professional-grade appliances are seamlessly integrated into custom cabinetry crafted from rare, imported woods. The dining area, located just off the kitchen, features a stunning, hand-blown glass chandelier that casts a soft, warm glow over formal dinners. Moving into the private quarters, the primary suite is a sanctuary of comfort. The space is anchored by a massive bed with a tufted headboard, and the ensuite bathroom is a masterpiece of spa-like luxury. It features a massive soaking tub, dual vanities with intricate brass fixtures, and a glass-enclosed shower with multiple cascading shower heads. Seamlessly connected to the interior is the true highlight of the estate, a spectacular outdoor pool. This infinity-edge pool creates a mesmerizing illusion, appearing to cascade directly into the canyons below. The pool area is flanked by expansive lounging decks and a fully equipped outdoor kitchen, making it the perfect oasis for private relaxation and intimate gatherings. The Los Feliz Historic Haven, $4 million. The second property in his impressive collection offers a vastly different, deeply historic atmosphere. This classic Spanish-style estate exudes old-world charm from the moment one enters. The entryway is defined by its arched doorways and authentic terracotta tile flooring, immediately establishing a sense of rustic elegance. The living spaces in this home are characterized by heavily exposed wooden ceiling beams that retain their original, natural finish. A magnificent central courtyard acts as the heart of the home, around which the interior rooms seamlessly flow. The kitchen here focuses on cozy, traditional aesthetics. It features beautifully patterned, handcrafted ceramic tiles on the backsplash and a large, farmhouse-style sink. The cabinetry is designed to look antique, complete with vintage hardware that perfectly matches the home's historic vibe. The main living room boasts a large, sunken seating area focused around a traditional stucco fireplace. The master suite is remarkably charming, featuring intricate crown molding and elegant French doors that open directly to the warm air. The attached bathroom is heavily adorned with artisanal tiles and features a classic clawfoot tub that anchors the space. Exiting through the rear French doors reveals a beautifully designed outdoor pool. This pool is distinctly traditional, surrounded by intricately patterned stone decking and flanked by mature, lush foliage that provides ultimate privacy. The gentle sound of water from a small integrated fountain feature creates a serene, deeply calming atmosphere for the actor to unwind. The Toluca Lake Hideaway, $2 million, the most modest, yet equally captivating of his properties, is a charming lakeside retreat. This home was designed with an open-concept philosophy, creating a breezy, uninterrupted flow between the living, dining, and cooking areas. The interior heavily features large, sliding glass walls that blur the line between indoor and outdoor living. The floors are laid with wide plank, distressed wood, giving the home a grounded, earthy feel. The kitchen is sleek and modern, utilizing clean lines and minimalist cabinetry to maximize the sense of space. A streamlined island doubles as a casual dining spot, illuminated by chic, industrial-style pendant lights. The living room is incredibly cozy, featuring a modern, linear fireplace built into a sleek stone wall. The primary bedroom in this home is a masterclass in understated elegance, focusing entirely on comfort and simplicity, with massive windows that allow natural light to flood the space. The ensuite bathroom features modern, angular fixtures and a spacious, glass-enclosed rainfall shower. The outdoor space is dominated by a stunning contemporary outdoor pool. This pool features a sleek, geometric design, bordered by smooth, modern concrete decking. A sunken seating area adjacent to the pool, complete with a built-in fire pit, offers the perfect spot to enjoy the cool evening breezes. These three distinct homes not only represent his financial success, but also showcase a deeply refined, highly personal aesthetic. Leaving the comfort of these lavish estates, his taste for sophisticated engineering and classic design naturally extended to his choice of personal transportation. Aston Martin Rapide, $210,000. The pinnacle of his automotive lineup is a breathtaking masterpiece of British engineering. Valued at $210,000, this grand tourer perfectly balances thrilling capability with absolute sophistication. Designed with a sweeping, elongated silhouette, it offers the dynamic experience of a grand sports car while providing the practical, dignified elegance of four doors. Stepping inside, the cabin is an oasis of hand-stitched premium hide and meticulously polished veneers, tailored for maximum comfort during long coastal drives. It is a vehicle that speaks to a mature, highly refined lifestyle, offering a smooth, effortless glide rather than an aggressive roar, making it the ultimate sanctuary on wheels for an actor accustomed to demanding the room's attention. Land Rover, Range Rover Autobiography, $150,000. Next in the collection is an iconic symbol of majestic, stately luxury, costing $150,000. This premium sport utility vehicle represents the perfect harmony between a commanding road presence and opulent comfort. The interior feels akin to a private, exclusive gentleman's club lounge, featuring deeply cushioned seats equipped with advanced climate and massage functions, alongside whisper-quiet acoustics that completely block out the chaotic city noise outside. The elevated seating position provides a clear, regal view of the road, offering a profound sense of security and serene control. It is the perfect daily cruiser, easily accommodating quiet, reflective trips to the countryside while navigating busy boulevards with an air of undeniable dignity. Jaguar XF, $60,000. Completing this exquisite trio is a beautifully understated executive saloon, priced at $60,000. While it is the most accessible vehicle in the fleet, it lacks absolutely nothing in terms of classic, heritage-driven elegance. This car is characterized by its graceful, flowing lines and a remarkably gentle ride suspension that seamlessly absorbs imperfections in the road. The interior focuses heavily on intuitive, clean design and plush, tactile materials, wrapping the driver in a cocoon of modern luxury. It was the ideal choice for his low-profile, everyday errands, blending seamlessly into the elegant surroundings of his neighborhood, while still providing a deeply satisfying, comfortable driving experience that perfectly mirrored his own sophisticated, enduring charm. These magnificent vehicles perfectly complemented his refined lifestyle, a life that was rich not only in material success, but in deep personal connections. Away from the glaring spotlight and the extravagant costumes, Tim Curry cultivated a personal life defined by deep loyalty, quiet philanthropy, and an unwavering commitment to his closest confidants. While he was a titan on the stage, in his private hours, he was known as a fiercely protective and deeply caring individual. He never married and did not have children, choosing instead to build a profound, tightly knit family composed of his beloved sister, his nieces, and a select group of lifelong friends from the theater world. His relationships were the bedrock of his existence. He was a constant source of support for his extended family, frequently hosting warm, intimate gatherings at his estates that were filled with laughter, storytelling, and an abundance of fine food. His personal life beautifully mirrored the immense dedication he brought to his professional work. Just as he committed fully to understanding the psychology of his characters, he committed fully to the people he loved. He was known within his inner circle as a man of great intellect, possessing a razor-sharp wit and a remarkably generous spirit. However, his life was not entirely devoid of public scrutiny. During the early days of his career, when he first portrayed his most famously eccentric role, he faced significant backlash from more conservative corners of society. Critics argued that the performance was far too provocative and pushed the boundaries of acceptable theater. In response to these intense controversies, he remained incredibly poised and dignified. He publicly defended the work, stating eloquently that art must challenge societal norms and celebrate absolute freedom of expression. He never apologized for the boldness of his choices, and this steadfast refusal to compromise his artistic integrity only deepened the respect his fans held for him. Beyond his immediate circle and his handling of public criticism, he was heavily involved in cultural and charitable organizations. He dedicated substantial time and resources to foundations supporting the performing arts, specifically those providing opportunities for underprivileged youth to access theatrical training. He firmly believed that the arts had the power to save lives, just as they had saved his during his difficult childhood. He was frequently honored by these organizations for his quiet, consistent generosity, preferring to make his contributions without the need for grand public recognition. In his later years, after suffering a severe medical event that significantly restricted his mobility, his personal strength truly shone. Confined to a wheelchair, he did not retreat into bitterness. Instead, he maintained his legendary sense of humor and continued to engage with his fans and loved ones. His resilience in the face of profound physical limitations was deeply inspiring. The fierce independence and the vibrant spirit he brought to his most legendary roles were the very traits that sustained him through his personal trials. The strength he exhibited throughout his personal life makes the story of his final days all the more poignant. The world of entertainment suffered a profound and irreplaceable loss in late August of 2026, when Tim Curry passed away at the age of 80. His death marked the closing chapter of an extraordinary life that had brought immense joy, terror, and laughter to millions around the globe. He passed away peacefully in the quiet comfort of his Los Angeles home, surrounded by the familiar surroundings he had so carefully curated over his lifetime. For more than a decade prior to his passing, he had bravely navigated the severe, lingering effects of a massive stroke he suffered in 2012. This devastating medical emergency had necessitated critical brain surgery and ultimately left him permanently reliant on a wheelchair. Despite these profound physical challenges, he had remarkably maintained his sharp intellect, his legendary sense of humor, and his deep connection to his loyal fan base. The news of his death was first reported after emergency services were called to his residence late in the evening regarding a medical emergency. Authorities quickly confirmed that there were no suspicious circumstances surrounding his passing. It was the quiet, natural end to a long and physically taxing battle with his declining health. Following the announcement of his death, an immense outpouring of grief and tribute flooded the cultural landscape. Colleagues, directors, and fans worldwide shared their deepest condolences, recounting stories of his unparalleled generosity, his fierce dedication to his craft, and the sheer magic he brought to every single performance. His passing resonated deeply not just because of the iconic characters he left behind, but because of the sheer resilience he demonstrated in his final years. He had faced his physical limitations with a dignified grace that inspired everyone who knew him or admired him from afar. Though his voice has been silenced and the final curtain has fallen on his mortal life, his legacy remains utterly invincible. He leaves behind an estimated fortune of $8 million, but his true wealth lies in the indelible mark he left on the history of cinema and theater. His legendary performances will continue to be celebrated, analyzed, and adored by future generations, ensuring that his spirit will live on forever in the flickering lights of midnight screenings and the grand stages of Broadway. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through the life, legacy, and luxurious lifestyle of a true acting legend. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his fascinating world, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the Celeb Insiders, and click the notification bell so you never miss our future videos. Leave a comment below telling us which of his iconic roles was your absolute favorite. See you in the next video.